Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring some Chinese idioms that can be used as an expression that describe a certain commentary on people's behavior. Today we have 姜太公钓鱼，愿者上钩. Yes, it's like what 9 characters. So this expression, almost like a full sentence, can be used by everyday people's expression. I mean, embedded in our everyday conversational expressions. But when people quote it, you have to quote it in full. Like you have to say the exact 9 characters. So in that sense, it's almost like a quotation. Somebody created a long time ago, and we all inherit this. And when we evoke the spirit, we have to say the whole thing to let it, does it work? So we cannot just say, okay, 姜太公钓鱼 is the story. It gives you even just 5 characters. It describes the full thing because we would be educated of what exactly happened. And then 愿者上钩 is a point. It's the moral of the story. So we often have this 2-part structure of referring to a story, historical happening or something, right? And then give you the moral directly. And that's only 9 characters, the whole thing. And then we evoke that in our language. Jiang Taigong is a person, historical figure, who was born in 1126. I'm trying to memorize that just now. BC. So it's over 3,000 years ago. And this historical figure was recorded, I guess, in our literature back then, and he was popularized by this expression because that's our everyday language. We still use that, and by using that, then we have to learn about this person. Otherwise, it's just somewhere in a history book, in the archives of somewhere, known by very few people. But because he made it almost like made it into memes in today's world, that it got popularized and people, still know about this person. Jiang Taigong, okay, to the Westerners, the Art of War, that's a book well known, right, by a Chinese military strategist who, I read the whole thing. It's amazing. I have to read the English version to understand better. But this Art of War book, because it was penned down, so the philosophy, the thinking process, like prioritizing logistics, not just showing muscles. You have to have the bloodline, right? To win it, you have to win logistically. That kind of thinking must be a continuation of years, thousands of years, hundreds of years of practicing out on the battlefield. And it happened to be this Sun Tzu. He penned it down, authored this book, and then later on passed to generations, and that becomes the canon of how to conduct a war in the application of the Cold War time, right? It has its domain. But I guess some may carry over to today's business war, right? Okay, but Jiang Taigong was somebody who was born 500 years ago than Sun Tzu. So Sun Tzu was something like 525 BC. So it's 2,500 years ago than us. So it's still a BC figure who wrote that book, Art of War. So you can see this is the first known, at least popularized, known military strategist in Chinese culture. And he, in particular, his achievement is to help have a dynasty change. So Chinese history, okay, in one episode I talked about 夏商周. That's the beginning 3 dynasties used by the last name of that ruler's name, right? To mark a brand, not exactly branding, but to say, this is my tribe, this is my land, right? 下商周. So this figure helped Shang defeat Shang by Zhou. So he helped Zhou to overthrow the Shang's rule. Okay, so so he lived, or he was born, this time was still Shang dynasty. And when he became like an old man, grandpa figure, and then he still was able to like sharp enough to help the new rulers to come to power, right? So this Jiang, I translate as a ginger. I mean, I just want to show you this is the same ginger. If you want to, if you go to Chinese store, I mean, sometimes they may have Chinese characters on it. At least the stores I went to is bilingual. So this is a ginger character. But this person has nothing to do with ginger, okay? It's not a ginger man in English understanding. This is a surname, family name. And actually, in Chinese, ancient times, there are actually five naming systems I just learned. Quickly go through. So we have a Xin, and no, we have, yes, we have a Xin and a Shi. Xin is the first character, which marks your tribe. So we have a tribal marker, tribe. Okay, I'll just use T as too much. And then we have another character that's like your exact family bloodline. So so this is a family. Okay, so you have a tribe, you have family, and then you have a Ming. It's kind of a generational to show like which within that family, how to pin you down, right? To how to identify you. So this your generational marker, not exactly generational, almost like your individual marker. So one character. So that's already 1, 2, 3. And then you have 字. 字 is somebody to address you when that somebody is your peer group, is same age or younger than you. That you is kind of your individual fun name, but this is okay. 姓氏名. This 名 then is the kind of a family tree that to officially register you with within your family tree structure. So this is the official name of you, right? In your family book. And this is the kind of everyday use by your peers. And then you have a hao. I call it a self-expression. It's after you become adult, you kind of understand yourself better, and you want to show who you are by kind of rename yourself into a more fun names. And it could be 1 or 2 characters. It's not necessarily, I mean, it could be double, like however you want to call yourself, to almost like your self-gave nickname to represent who you are. So as you can see, these are Chinese systems. And in today's world, we only have a Xin, which probably like a Xin and a Ming, we don't distinguish anymore. So this becomes like a one big thing to mark like your tribe or your family where you are. And then we only have this Ming. We no longer have this 字 and hao distinction. So the minimum number of characters in Chinese for their name, official names, could made of 2 characters. So 1 marks your family, 1 is your individual name. So 2 character Chinese name. And 3 is possible too. And very rarely we have 2 characters to mark a family name. So when you see a Chinese person's name, it's 2 characters or 3 characters. Okay, 钓鱼, I have to translate it as fish, because Chinese actually use 2 characters to describe the action of fishing. And in English, of course, when we say fish, if you use it as a verb, then that's already the action of fish. And of course, you're fishing a fish, right? But Chinese have to spell it out. We have this 钓, which is the action of fishing, and then we have the object of fishing, which is the noun of fish. So it's a verb noun, 2 characters, so fully spell it out. That this is the action of fishing a fish. Okay, 愿者 is one Chinese expression that describe a kind of person. So this 者 is commonly used to pair with all kinds of descriptors. We have 记者, somebody who taking notes, that's journalists. And we have 学者, somebody who spend a lot of time study, learning, digging into the archives of history books. That's scholar. So we have this 者 pair with all kinds of descriptors. In this case, it's a 愿者, and when you see 愿者, this 愿 means you're willingly to do something. So 愿者 means you almost like sign up for something, subscribe to something, like drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, right? So that's the Chinese 愿者, just 2 characters to describe that type of person. Okay, 上钩, 上 means you get onto. So this onto is action. 钩 means the fishing hook that you get on the hook. And if you notice here, this 钩 and this 钓 share the similar element. And this element is 金, that's the marker for material of metal. So ancient times, apparently, as a tool making, capable primates, that humans can make tools, right? And the metal tools probably is one of the more complicated ones because it involves heat treatment. And this metal processing, ancient times, definitely used as to make hooks to do the fishing, right? So the action of fishing or the tool that actually do the fishing both share this metals to mark. That's the material, the thing they're using to do the thing. Okay, and you can almost see here, looks like a hook, right? So visually, it depicting that. Okay, so 姜太公钓鱼. When 姜, family name, okay, 太公 grandpa. When this old man, 姜, is fishing, 愿者上钩, meaning you as a person or you as a fish from this story context, you're willingly to get onto the hook. It's at your own will. And in English, I translate it as bite at will, because we have work at will, right? As a contract between employee and employer, you come to this agreement, this contract, work agreement with each other, and both are at will basis. Nobody forces you into it. So that's the kind of idea here. But you're actually taking a huge risk because in the context of 姜太公钓鱼, he is fishing you. Okay. He is basically we can view it almost because he's a military strategist. We can view it almost like he's spreading out this, not exactly netting, but he is sending out this drafting. And as a young man, you willingly sign up for this mission. And this could mean the risk of your own life, right? And still, there are people could sign up for that. So I translate in the context of fishing that you bite this, or you sign up for some dangerous mission at will. So a lot of times when people use 姜太公钓鱼,愿者上钩, almost like in a marketing gig, you're trying to sell something and it could be risky. Something like longevity drugs, right? Those kind of things. I mean, I know today in social media, a lot of people are talking about it. So if you want to sign up for that, not necessarily like a bite at their hook, but yeah, clickbait, right? That you're at your own risk. You want to, believe in this. So that's the context that can be used. 姜太公钓鱼, it happened 3,000 years ago. It's a real historical figure. And he was fishing. And you as a fish willingly to take that bite and to join this mission or whatever he is doing, right? So as a military strategist, I would probably view he cast a trap or something kind of effortlessly to capture the enemy. That's probably the ideal. Like you don't lose anything from your side, but whoever at will would fall into your trap or bite your hook. All right, so I'm just showing a fishing picture to show, and this is not old enough, but in Chinese, oftentimes we render the story of this grandpa-looking, white-haired, long-beard old man in classical long gown costume fishing, and that's 姜太公钓鱼，愿者上钩. Thank you for your time. See you another day.